All right, so Bob, it's the retail crowd really moving this stock right now. You say the big money, it's not in this name yet. When you're talking about big money, who are you talking about? Are you talking institutions? Are you talking activists? I mean, exactly who are you talking about?
Well, Bill Ackman has been out publicly saying that he thinks that these two names, Freddie and Fannie, should be out privatized, which is going to fuel a lot more big money coming in from the hedge funds community, also mutual funds and so forth. Bill Pulte also in the administration has been an advocate for bringing these two names out into the private sector as well, too. This is just another step that the Trump administration has been using to try and deregulate financials and the like. But I think that to answer your question, I think the big hedge funds are going to be coming after these names in a big way. They're very profitable companies. They were for many, many years. They offered strong dividends, preferred stocks, and so forth before they ran into trouble, Frank, back in 2007 and 2008. Mm-hmm. But I think that the big money is going to be coming after these names if they do get to that privatization situation.
All right. So you're mentioning one name, Bill Ackman, hedge fund billionaire. So he's somebody who's obviously seeing a lot in this stock. He's also a Trump supporter. We're also mentioning Bill Pulte, a member of the administration. So I want to ask you, does it have the potential to turn into something like a Truth Social, where it's kind of a combination of your politics and your finances, and that's how the stock moves? Or is this more of a general meme stock where traders are seeing shorting and something like that, and they want to get into it and kind of almost be activist investors from a retail stance?
That's always the danger there, Frank, when you mix financials and politics together, and it's not a good mix there. It's oil and water, and frankly, I think there's the potential for some backdoor deals and so forth, and whispering going on. It's a little bit of I'm actually going to say it's a little bit of dishonesty going on here, but it is what it is. That's the market. That's what we have to handle and deal with. But I think that there's going to be some opportunities for both sides of the markets. Right now, Fannie and Freddie, Frank, don't have any options trading right now, so they're limited in terms of scope, in terms of the type of vehicles that investors can get into. But these stocks have been rising sharply since April and May, and if some short interest starts to rise here, it's been picking up lately. It's not huge right now, but if the short interest starts to rise, you're going to see this retail crowd, this meme crowd. They're going to target these names because they have a small float, and they can go out there and drive the stock right back up.
So, Bob, I do want to point out one thing. We don't have any information about any wrongdoing or anything else. That's just your personal feeling. I just want to make that clear.
That's correct.
One thing I want to point out, we've seen Bill Ackman actually tweet about this or put out a post on X about this, whichever way you want to call it, about the correlation between crypto holders and these names. Is that something we need to continue to watch? We've talked a lot about the correlation between moves in the equity market and crypto, largely due to margin buying in the crypto space and people having to cover some of their losses there. What is this crypto correlation potentially? What does it mean for these two names?
I think it's positive for these two names. I think there's some definitely some potential for these stocks to rise with that. Listen, a lot of these banks have benefited, like the big banks, even J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs and so forth, have benefited from their association with crypto. Better to be in with crypto than not be with it. But I do think that there's some potential for people to use crypto to make payments and so forth. Obviously, that's much further down the road. But I do think that it sets up really nicely for Fannie and Freddie down the road.